It's the most wonderful time of the year. With the quarterbacks throwing, the running backs running, and fans you'll hear cheers. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yeah, that's it, fellas. Today is the start of a new NFL season. Kickoff tonight, Patriots, Steelers. But more importantly, we got the Texans and the Chiefs on Sunday, which I will be in attendance. So let's get to brass tacks, right? Every week I'll try to put a little video blog in for the newcomers in the league. So with that being said, I want to do a little draft review, do a little pregame analysis and my picks for the week. But enough with that. Let's get started. First of all, let's review the draft. This can be found in the draft report card section of the league. I kind of assigned grades to everybody, so let's start off with the bottom of the bottom. 42. Jesus Christ, bruh. Update your resume to experience 2015 fantasy football punching bag. And just like Orgy at Andres, I don't take sloppy seconds. Dirty Randy goes first, baby. Prepare to get VD. And that means victory by domination, son. I'm going to come into your backfield and just unload. I'm going to just call you the dump truck. The cum dumpster, baby. The cum dumpster truck. Anyway, we'll get to that later. But yeah, I just thought your draft was filled with a bunch of guys that were maybes, maybe this will pan out. It's just not gonna stick you. You're gonna have to make some moves, do something to get some all-stars on your team to carry you through the season. Classy strippers, I gave you a D-. You're not the worst so far. Let's go to a guy that made second last year. C-. Not a bad draft. Just you must have other plans in December. So if you don't plan on being in the playoffs, I understand. I mean, you got Andrew Luck, he's your keeper, but overall, your running backs, they look a little suspect. Skipping around, we'll go to designated drunk drivers. Got third in the league last year. Good on you, kid. But it's okay. A lot of people fear success, especially repeat success. So I don't know if you'll make the playoffs with that C average, draft. Just not what I expected from a previous playoff attendee. Moving on to the champion. You earned your championship last year, and you actually had a wonderful draft this year. Gave you an A-, buddy. Impressive. Have you been reading Sun Tzu's Art of War? I think you have, buddy. But I don't know if it's enough to land you in the playoffs. It should, but you're in a really, really tough division. I mean, super tough. Besides me with the obvious best draft, I mean, Bill Parcells, I got him on speed dial, and he lets me know what's going on. The auto draft, I gave him an A+. And you know why? Because you sucktars don't know how to draft. The computer gave him everything that he could have possibly wanted. Missing the draft was Polk Hot Panther's best thing he could have did all year. Let's see if he can manipulate this and actually enter the playoffs. Absentee ownership usually leads to, a 2-12 record. So let's see how it goes. That's the draft recap. Everybody else did a fairly decent job. Like I said, you can find this draft report card on the site, the Pride League. But let's get down to who I think will win the division. Now, it's not technically linked to the draft grades because there's a lot of transactions that need to go on during the season. So, with that being said, I'm going to start out west. Who do I think is going to win the Western Division? Flawless victory. Polk High Panthers. Kiss the Hernandez and like it, which I'm pretty sure that's not his name anymore. Let's get the updated name changes, shall we? It is Jay-Z is my agent. Now, that's got to be the stupidest fantasy football name I've ever heard. Let's see if it baffles his opponents. And then we got Bull City, the newcomer. Out of these four, I like Flawless Victory. His draft was mediocre at best, but his weaknesses lie in his running backs, which, as the season progresses, we'll see how much of a GM he is, making moves, picking up free agents. I just find it hard to believe that Flawless Victory will not be out of the playoff race. He wins the West. Now, going to the Central, reading from left to right, we got Don't Touch Me There, Designated Drunk Drivers, 42, and Haters Get Dez Nuts. Now, that's another stupid name, but the photo kind of makes up for it. Kudos on the photo, Dez Nuts. But who's going to win? Who's going to win the Central Division, going to the playoffs? And I have to say, Don't Touch Me There has the lead. Was a champion, previous champion, and kind of missed the playoffs. Probably a little hurt by that. Probably got a little something to prove. So I'm going to say Don't Touch Me There gets the Central Division. Now, out of the East, you got Lazy Pugs, Chicago Chalupas, current champion, Classy Strippers, former champion, and myself, 99 problems, but you ain't one. Hit me. Now, it's a tough race. Chicago Chalupas had an excellent draft, and despite Classy Strippers' known just debacle to draft, he always makes himself in the race. Lazy Pugs has had a stint of success as well, so I'm going to say I'm going to win the East, but there will be a wild card coming out of the East as well, and I'm going to give that to Classy Strippers. Sorry, Chicago Chalupas, despite your draft, you're not going to have that easy road to the playoffs like you did last time. No, sir. You're not going to squeak in there like you did last year to win it all. No. Classy Strippers is going to step up and dominate and be the runner-up to me. So now that we got the division champs out of the way, and we got even my prediction for the wild card, let's get down to the matchups. Now, let's start off with, a decent matchup, shall we? A rivalry of sorts, if you will. That's my close friend. My agent is Jay-Z, and Don't Touch Me There, my childhood friend as well. Now, for some reason, on the message boards and in the chats, these two go at it like they are actual brothers. This is an intriguing matchup. Week 1, Garcia versus Hernandez. Now, who do I think will win this matchup? It's a close one. Let's be honest. Tom Brady, just coming off the scandal, probably looks to destroy Pittsburgh and that young defense, that lack of tackling defense. Against Ben Roethlisberger, going up against the New England defense, which is always decent despite their lack of talent or names in that defense. I have to give the slight edge to Don't Touch Me There. His running backs, coupled with Dez Bryant and Martellus Bennett, he's got the talent. And those guys, if they go out and they perform, it's going to be hard to stop them. So I'm giving Don't Touch Me There the nod over Jay-Z as my agent. Next up, we've got Bull City versus Chicago Chalupas. Now, Chicago Chalupas should dominate this game. It shouldn't even be a matchup. Drew Brees is facing the Arizona defense, which should pose a slight challenge, but you have AP in the backfield. Oh my God, DeMarco Murray trying to prove something to this soft-ass Atlanta defense. His running backs might score 50 alone. Now, I'm actually kind of shortchanging that. AP might get 35 or drop a 40 burger. His first game is always nasty, and this guy has had an entire year to think about how he's gonna pummel the just gutted San Francisco defense. I hope Navarro Bowman comes out there with his pride. Chicago Chalupas with the victory. Now, a good matchup. Classy Strippers versus Flawless Victory. I got to give the win to Classy Strippers. No, I can't do it. Your draft is way too bad. I just don't see you winning this matchup against... Flawless Victory gets the win. Andrew Luck, Andre Johnson, they're going to hook up quite a bit. Deshaun Jackson is going to have Kirk Cousins throwing to him against that Miami secondary. Now, granted, Miami's improved defensively, but I don't see you stopping the little angry Deshaun Jackson. Despite the running back woes of Flawless Victory, he should edge this victory out. Flawless Victory for the win. Pugs, Panthers. We've got a lazy pug versus a lazy owner. I can't believe Polk Eye Panthers did not make the draft, but it might have been the best thing for him. The guy got Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, A.J. Green, Jason Witten. It's a fair lineup. Very fair. I'm going to give Polk Eye Panthers this victory. Peyton Manning, we'll see if he can come out against that Baltimore defense, and try to light them up with Demaryius Thomas. I see a lot of double points on this squad, but Rob Gronkowski being your keeper is a stretch, but he is the best tight end in the game. You really can't go wrong with that. I just don't think it'll be enough to handle the overall impressive auto draft that Polk Eye Panthers had. Polk Eye Panthers for the victory. We got a newcomer. Haters get Des Nuts and Designated Drunk Drivers, third place. How is he going to fare against Haters? I got to give Haters the win. He has the Cowboys with the exception of Dez Bryant. So Tony Romo, he's going to probably do fairly well against the Giants and could be a shootout. Antonio Brown, Randall Cobb, he's got some pretty spectacular wide receivers despite not having Dez on his team. I'm giving Haters get Dez Nuts the victory. Now, for the matchup you've all been waiting for. 99 problems, but you ain't one versus 42. Game of the week. Now, let's be honest here. I'm going to win this game. But will it be easy? Probably not. Despite 42's lack of dynamic players, he's got consistent players. Now, Matt Forte, consistent. He's going to get 10 to 15 points regardless who they're playing. Now, T.Y. Hilton, explosive. Will he do well against that Buffalo defense? Rex Ryan might have something to say about that. It's just a weird matchup for T.Y. Hilton, technically his only explosive player on his roster. Now you look at my roster. You got Joseph Randle in the backfield, maybe sharing the rock in a committee in Dallas, but they'll realize that that offensive line needs a steady hand, and that steady hand is Joseph Randle leading behind that Cowboys offense. Aaron Rodgers, my keeper, enough said. The motherfucker is just dominating life itself. Winning Jeopardy. He's just on his game. So, and then he's playing Chicago. We all know his track record against Chicago. The only thing better would have been if they were playing at Lambeau Field. Anyway, another explosive player on my roster, LaShawn McCoy. D-Hop for the Houston Texans, Keenan Allen, San Diego. I mean, I just have explosion written all over my team. And let's not forget who my IDP is. J. Swat. So, I mean, that's a win. I mean, that's just a complete win. So, good luck to 42 this season. But I just know that you're not going to beat me week 1 like you did last year. Take that to the bank, son. Now, that's pretty much it. I mean, we're currently almost pushing 16 minutes. Hopefully these things go by a little bit. Oh, sorry, just dropped it a little bit. Hopefully these things go by a little bit quicker. But that's it, man. I'm just so happy that fantasy football is back because the NFL is back and then the Texans NRG Stadium is open. I'm like a giddy schoolgirl. I can't think straight, but I think straight enough to bust your ass all day, every day, 24/7, getting things done. Say it with your chest, little nigga. But that's what we do. That's what we do down in the H. Now, for everything said, just want to say happy birthday to Woodrow, getting a little older, and I just want a Texans victory for my birthday on Sunday. Everybody, good luck this season, except everybody I'm playing. 99 problems and you ain't one for the championship, and I'm out.